The Jews' mindset of getting rich wants something more important than diligence. The Jews believe that diligence is important and necessary, but without thinking, diligence will become ineffective. To get rich, something more important than diligence is needed, which is thinking. This is one of the most important mindsets of the Jews for getting rich. They believe that wealthy people are not just based on diligence, otherwise, this world would not have many poor people. Maybe diligence can make some money, but if you want to get the most out of it, you need to think and use your brain. Below is a story about the Jews. To tell you that thinking and mental ability are very important if you want to make a lot of money. Doak Hamlet was a famous Jewish billionaire. Before he became rich, he was seriously ill and had to stay in the hospital for a long time. He had very few things to do, and it was during this time that he really stepped into the path of becoming wealthy. Doak knew that at that time, many laundries were adding a hard cover to the customer's shirt after washing to keep the shape of the shirt. So he wrote a letter to his friends to find out that the price of each hard cover was $4. After thinking, he came up with a way to make money by designing advertisements on hard covers and then selling them back to laundries at a price of $1. It seems to be a loss, but in reality it is not. The goal of Doak was to make a profit from businesses through advertising, carefully considering the existing plan. As soon as he left the hospital, he immediately started working on it and kept thinking about the possible issues after the ads were released. Naturally, a problem arose when customers took the shirts home and threw away the hard covers. Doak then began to think about how to make customers keep the covers and at the same time pay attention to the ads on them. The answer quickly came to his mind: print ads on the front of the covers, and add some new elements such as the coloring game that children love, the recipes that grandmas care about, or some attractive patterns on the back. Even his wife complained that the family had to spend a lot of money on laundry because she wanted to collect the recipes of Document. Therefore, Doak had a greater ambition to expand the business and make more money. He sent his hardcovers worth $1 each to the Laundry Association of America, which was very enthusiastic about it and suggested that all members use Doak's hardcovers. Doak made an important discovery: bring to others what you like and what is good and beautiful, and you will get more. Think and plan carefully to help Doak make a lot of money and become rich in a short time. Of course, diligence is still necessary during the process. However, it is clear that diligence alone is not a deciding factor. Unlike other countries, the Jews believe that the shortcut to wealth is not diligence but rather positive thinking, regardless of who you are, age, or educational background. Never underestimate the value of thinking more than diligence. The reason why thinking is more important than diligence is that you can think even when you are on the bed, just like even when you are on the bed, you can still come up with ideas to make money. The Jews believe that diligence is important and necessary, but without thinking, diligence will be ineffective. The wealthy Jews always emphasize the victory of intelligence and earning money through thinking. In the eyes of the Jews, thinking is more important than diligence, because thinking creates more money. Only when combined with thinking can diligence be effective. Without it, no matter how diligent you are, you will never be able to live the life you want. A famous Jews tycoon once said that work brings the highest profit in the world, but few are willing to invest in it. Your brain is the most valuable asset you have, but if used incorrectly, it can be your biggest debt. Napoleon, the world-renowned master of success, acknowledged many of the Jews' points of view. He also wrote a very famous book entitled Think Rich and Make Rich: Why Think Rich and Not Work Hard. His vast experience of wealthy people throughout ancient and modern times shows that the hardest working person is not always the wealthiest. If you want to become wealthy, you need to think more independently and not follow others blindly. One of the biggest advantages of wealthy people's thinking is that they have different thoughts from others. Without independent thinking, even if you work hard, it will be very difficult to make a lot of money. Or nowadays, we have a slogan: work smarter, not harder.